So this video we're going to describe some things you should consider if you're thinking about selling insurance with Assurance IQ. My name is David Duford, owner of Duford Insurance Group, where I train and recruit agents nationally to sell things like final expense, Medicare, and annuities, both face-to-face and over the phone. So the reason I'm putting this video together about some considerations you should make before you join or possibly join Assurance IQ is that many people who are brand new to the insurance business don't really understand all the complexities with how the insurance sales career opportunity works. A lot of what you're told out there, and I can't say this is what Assurance IQ does per se, but if you've looked around on Craigslist or ZipRecruiter or job boards, you'll probably have noticed there's a lot of hype in recruitment. There's a lot of talk about Rolex watches and Ferraris and making money rain, and it's a little bit over the top and hypey. And if you're probably watching this, have a little bit of skepticism about the business at large. Is it an MLM scheme and all that stuff? And so you need to know a little bit more about before you jump in the bed with some sort of agency, if it's a good fit for what you're trying to accomplish. And so that is kind of the underlying premise of what I'm trying to do, is to give you some pointers to consider before you jump in with Assurance IQ or really any agency. This isn't going to be a derogatory criticism of Assurance IQ. They do a great job. They've sold a ton of insurance. But you need to know a little bit more about the company and a little bit more about kind of what you're getting into. So I've got a couple of pointers to have you ask your Assurance IQ recruiter to just kind of give you some food for thought before you decide if the opportunity is right for you. So the first thing on my list here is how releases, vesting, and non-competes work. So this is kind of a thing that a lot of new agents don't know about. You see, Assurance IQ is the sales channel, the sales organization that sells the insurance products, right? It's the intermediary, right? And you will find that you won't sell for Assurance IQ insurance. You'll sell for, insurance companies, say like something like a Transamerica. It may not be Transamerica, but you get what I'm saying. Mutual of Omaha, etc. And you may find that you like that particular company. But what happens if your interests change? You don't want to work for this example hypothetical agency, but you want to work for another one. Well, what you'll find is that in many cases, not always the case with all agencies, but a lot of agencies won't let you move that contract from the first agency to the second one. They held you hostage. You have to not write for them for 6 months before that you become a free agent and then can move that carrier over and then write with them again. So what I would ask before joining any agency is, do you release upon request or do you force me to wait? My personal opinion as a personal producer, as an agency manager, is that if I recruit an agent in and I don't deliver on my promise, this is the consequence for me not doing my job. But if I don't have to release them, I could abuse them a little bit more than what they would stand for if they could get a release upon request. So personally, my agency, I release upon request because it keeps me honest, it keeps me delivering value to my clients, my agents I should say, and it's the best deal, I think. Another thing you need to be concerned about is how vesting provisions work. So what is vesting? Vesting is the industry lingo for ownership of the book of business and then the income streams from it. So a lot of the insurance products you may sell will have renewal income. The question you're going to want to ask yourself is, if I leave the company, will that insurance income, renewal income, come with me? Can I contact those clients? And some organizations, they do. Like if you work with my agency, you're 100% vested from the first day. Those clients are yours. Those income streams are yours too. But there's a lot of companies that as soon as you walk away, you lose all of that renewal income you would have otherwise earned. And to me, the insurance business is a business. It's not a job. It's a business. I want to create a passive stream of income, a future stream of income. And I know that sometimes the best sources of business are from clients I've already sold. So I want to make sure that I own my block of business. It's very important for me. So this is something also that you should be asking too. Another thing you need to be concerned about is, what is the culture of the agency that you're joining? Is it focused on recruiting or is it focused on producing? For me and my agency, what I'm most important or more concerned with is teaching my agents how to become top producers. But the vast majority of agencies, the vast majority of recruiting organizations are just focused on that. mass levels of recruiting. And not just recruiting, but teaching recruitees how to recruit others to also recruit. So that there's this endless MLM type of downline structure where the inexperience trains the inexperienced, and there's a huge fallout rate. And the only people that really succeed are at the top and not at the bottom. So for me personally, if you're looking to sell insurance, you need to make sure if it's Assurance IQ or any other organization, you need to make sure that this is a good organization that will train you how to sell first and foremost. I don't have a problem with recruiting. It's what I do in my agency. But I think you got to know what you're doing first before you go out there and take people into a new career and possibly risk themselves financially by selling them a lie that, honestly, you haven't experienced yourself. It's incredulous. It's not good for you, it's not good for the agent, and it's just it's a race to the bottom, unfortunately, in a lot of different accords. So I'm pretty big on that. The last thing I would suggest is to actually spend some time seeing if the sales model is actually right for you. So Assurance IQ is all phone-based telesales. There's call center setups, there's virtual home sales setups. I think it would be wise if you could actually listen in onto a call. They may or may not allow you to do this, but I think if you can actually see it for yourself and see what it's like, I think you'll get a good idea if you're not sure if even insurance sales is right for you. If you can hear a sales call, hear how it goes, it's going to give you a good idea if this is right for you, and if spending all this time getting trained, getting licensed, bought into the system, etc., is really worth your time. So I would also ask about that. All right, and that's it about what I would consider if I were looking to possibly join Assurance IQ. Again, thinking about releases, vesting, also thinking about how your focus would be either on producing or recruiting. And then lastly, seeing if you can listen into a sales call to get an idea of what a day in the life of an insurance agent is like. And I think if you can do all this, you'll get a better idea of working for Assurance IQ is really for you, or if there's another organization out there that's better, or even if the insurance sales business is right for you altogether. My name is David Duford. If you like this video, please subscribe, thumbs it up. And if you'd like to see how my organization differs and you want to possibly look at a second opinion, there's links above and below. Please click on those. I'll be happy to show you how all that works, and you'll learn more. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for your time. Y'all take care.